Well, look, what do you make of this? Do you have an issue with KD doing this?
No, I really don't. It's on brand. This is who KD is. And I'm one of these guys just like KD. I'll talk trash with anybody back and forth over social media. The only concern I have is, sometimes KD can be a little more thin-skinned than I am. I enjoy the conflict and the back and forth with fans. I'm not sure if he enjoys it, but he certainly doesn't seem to avoid it, so it appears he can handle it. I don't have any problem with this. This isn't a bad look. KD's just keeping it KD.
This, I think about LeBron. LeBron never does this and gets 1,000 times more crap. One of the things that LeBron is amazing at is discipline. His diet, disciplined. You know this. His workout, disciplined. His emotional state, almost never gets technicals. Draymond Green's been trying to make him throw a punch for 4 years. Won't do it. DMs, doesn't do it. Like, LeBron is a study in discipline. Emotional, physical, mental, social media. You and I are in this business for 20 years. Athletes are thin-skinned. LeBron trolls us. He trolls people. He's in total control on social media, and it's remarkable.
Well, you make a fair point. I'm sorry, Jason. You make a fair point, but I just think KD's different.
He is.
And so, again, I go back at people on social media. It's not because I'm thin-skinned. I just like it. I've been calling radio talk shows since I was like 11 years old.
But Colin, you say LeBron's different, and he has a wife. He has, 2 or 3 kids? That he's traveling for AAU tournaments. Kevin Durant's a single guy. He's, 29 years old. He's got a lot of idle time on his hands to go on social media. And to tell a little story here, I've been going on The Herd and other shows saying I think Durant's better than LeBron. Well, about a month ago, Kevin Durant responded to me on Instagram, and we started in dialogue. We've talked for about a month, swapping messages. And his response to this telling me was, what, I can't go back at some guy who's trashing me on Instagram? Why can't I do that? Right. Why can't I defend my name? And, Dahntay, listen, I got no problem. I defend myself on social media. You said you defend your... I have no problem with this whatsoever. Everybody's a little different.
It shows that athletes are human and that enough is enough sometimes. I know he probably gets an enormous amount of criticism on everything every day, but sometimes you just get sick and tired of people just talking crazy to you, and you need to check some people because it just comes way too often from the same type of people. And he defended himself. I have no problem with it. It's just... fans think that they can say whatever they want to you and have whatever type of opinion and think it is valid. And sometimes you have to stick up for yourself in life in general. So it just shows you that we are still human, we still have feelings, and we still care about how people view you. And it's just a part of social media.
I think to your point, though, LeBron's been the face of the league for 15 years, and he's been pretty regal. I mean, he really has. If you look at Jordan, sputtered at the end in D.C. There was the gambling questions when he quit basketball. You kind of look at how careers end. We're 15, 16 years in with LeBron, and he is still exciting, energizing, fascinating.
Let me remind you of something. We're talking about Kevin Durant.
Oh, we are?
I knew you weren't going to let that go.
I know you love to talk about LeBron James, but we're talking about Kevin Durant. And I just want to be clear here with Kevin Durant. I want to follow up on Dahntay's point. I really think Kevin Durant is doing this with a smile on his face. I think he actually enjoys the engagement, and I think that I don't think it's an arrogance. I think he thinks the guy that he responded to, hey, man, I'm actually engaging back and forth with Kevin Durant. And some people do that. That's one of the... I never want to be inaccessible to my fans and or my critics. That's one of the reasons why I engage with him on social media. That's one of the reasons why I may pop up and call a radio talk show for no reason. I would like to be accessible. Others, LeBron doesn't like to be as accessible, maybe because his burden is so great because he's LeBron. But I think Kevin Durant actually gets enjoyment out of this and is actually trying to give the person he's responding to some enjoyment and satisfaction.
What about the fact that, and that is a great point, Whitlock, and I got to ask you, at some point, when all these guys are blasting you, whether it's Charles Barkley on TV, whether it's the media, the columnists, whether it's TV show guys, at what point can you write your own narrative and just say, you know what, I'm just sick, I'm not going to take this. I'm not going to let you guys, radio guys, whoever, dictate my career on social media. I'm just going to step up and say something. And we blast these athletes when they're honest, which is what Kevin Durant's doing, and then we blast them when they don't say anything. Barry Bonds, Tom Brady doesn't say anything. Kawhi Leonard doesn't say anything. We blast him. And to me, part of it is there's just no win for them. Whether they respond or they don't, they can't win.
True, it is. There really is no win if you respond. But some people enjoy the response. Some people enjoy the engagement of just going back and forth with somebody and arguing with somebody and putting that person on blast and showing how maybe stupid your comments are sometimes. But other people are not bothered by it and feel like they should never have to address something from somebody who doesn't even have close to the skill of it that they have.
One thing, though, was solved today. There used to be this kid named Jason in Kansas City who called me when I started my radio career, and it was you.
It probably was.
He was a smart kid. He brought up good points. He was argumentative.
Very mouthy, right?
We hired a kid here, Jayhawk Mark. We call him Mark. His name's Mark Gunnels. I call him Jayhawk Mark. He was a 10, 12-year-old kid. He used to call my radio show in Kansas City. He reminds me of me. I love to engage. I'd call Bob Lamey was the voice of the Pacers and now the Colts. I'd call the show when I was a kid, going off. Cowherd, are you concerned about the start of LeBron's relationship with Laker fans?
Oh, God. 2 minutes into his career, a thundering dunk down the lane, he's the favorite player.
It's over.
I mean, I was in Portland, a city full of wonderful people. J.R. Ryder was in trouble every 15 minutes. He'd score 28, he could have run for mayor. I mean, listen.
Portland. That was the key word in that sentence.
Listen,
Portland.
Los Angeles is a city of artists.
Of champions.
Of flakes, of crazy, of troubled, of enigmatic.
Banners.
It's a tolerant city that's used to stars and divas and...
Kobe.
They love Kobe.
Magic.
They love Magic.
Kareem. Shaq. It's a
Kardashians. Crazy actors.
It's a city of champions. And it's a city that has allegiances. And for years, there was a little Kobe, LeBron rivalry. Look, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to put my concern level at a 3. But there is some concern about his relationship with the fan base because I think LeBron comes here in a different mindset. Again, when he went back to Cleveland, when he went there the first time, when he went to Miami, it was all about doing the work particularly when he went back to Cleveland, to make up with the fan base, when he went to Miami to build a new fan base. I think LeBron's kind of resting on his laurels as he comes here, and just as it relates to fans, no press. He's not going to even talk, and basically hasn't even publicly acknowledged.
I would like a press conference because, as a press guy, I think he's great in front of the mic. He's very quotable. But that's selfish on my part.
And now to tease people, hey, I'm gonna be at the
He never said that I'm going to be at that.
He didn't.
It was a play on words, number one.
Play on words.
It was a play on words, number one. But they gave out free pizza, and people showed up for the pizza, number one. They didn't show up for a LeBron James press conference. However, we're dealing with one of the best fan bases in basketball, the most loyal fan base in basketball. And once he goes out there and handles his business, he's not going to have a problem. I've dealt with criticism from this fan base, even when Kobe got hurt in that play in Atlanta. And they threatened my kids. I had death threats, all because of the love that they have for their players and the love for that organization. And once he goes out there and plays and gives his heart to the city of Los Angeles, they'll forget all about all this nonsense.
Yeah, you had your concern on a 1 to 10 as a 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I would go with a 0. Because, this comes back to internet versus real world, Whitlock. And we talk about this all the time. I'm out there talking to people. I play pickup basketball, talk to neighbors. Everybody universally excited about LeBron. Hey, Jake, can you get us any tickets? Do you have any connections? What jersey number is he going to wear? Those are the concerns. Nobody's talking about, that pizza party he blew off. Oh, my God. How could LeBron do that? Press conference? Colin, can we be patient? We don't know if Kawhi Leonard's coming. We don't know what the other shoe is to drop.
They haven't scheduled that thing. You know that, right? Like, it's coming down the pipe.
Let's remember what happened last year. J.R. Smith threw soup at a coach. Kyrie left him. His replacement couldn't play and was dramatic, IT. Kevin Love got hurt. The coach left for a month. They redid the roster with the trading deadline. And by the Celtics series, buttoned down, dialed in, on the road in Boston, win the game. If you can overcome, by the way, an owner that resents LeBron. This owner loves LeBron. This GM loves LeBron. These young players, they can't wait to play with LeBron.
These fans love Kobe Bryant. These fans' expectations are about titles, and they won't be satisfied with what they see next year. And Jason, I want to go to you as a young father with young kids.
Oh.
You say not the real world. Those people at that pizza parlor with those LeBron jerseys they thought were going to get signed.
Oh.
It wasn't just about the free pizza, Dahntay. They thought they were about to see the biggest star in all the sports, and they thought they had a chance.
Did they really think LeBron James, the biggest global star in sports, was going to show up at a pizza parlor on a Tuesday in Culver City?
He does show up at pizza parlors and serves pizza for.
Yeah, but he announces it for the free world, right? So every TV truck is there. But
2 points. Number one, on National Donut Day, when Krispy Kreme gives out donuts, they have lines like that around there because people just come for the food. Number two,
I've been in those lines.
Okay. Number two, LeBron James will have the best-selling jersey this year by far because of this Laker Nation and how devoted they are to their stars.
By the way,
it's not going to dent it.
You know who was really upset with that yesterday? It wasn't the fans. Half of them were quoted. You know what they were saying? They're like, I don't know, we hope we saw him. Hoped we saw him. You know who's mad? The LA media that hasn't had the press conference yet. They're like, oh, could you talk to us? You're not serving us. The LA media banged on him. The fans didn't bang on him.
Who do you think will eventually lead the fans around and set the temperature? Look, you play games with the LA media or with the media anywhere. They will fight back and push back. And again, that's why I just said on a scale of 1 to 10, a 3. I'm not saying we're DEFCON anything, but I'm saying you start messing around with the fans and the media, there can be a backlash. I'd be careful here.
First dunk, there won't be a backlash.